Alright, this is going to be a channel update, more than anything with this. I just kind of need this to gesticulate at things and to explain why. Unfortunately, this is probably going to be the last thing I record with this scenario in Hearts of Iron 3. I'll probably end up storing it for use later if I need to, but yeah, you might notice that I've not uploaded anything for 2.5 to 3 weeks, and before that there was a long gap of me not recording anything, and I did 2 or 3 videos and then stopped again. That was for more legitimate reasons. This is mostly because I don't think what I've been putting out is very good. And I was trying, and it's that kind of nebulous bad that is kind of unidentifiable why it is bad to yourself. And I'm not really getting a lot of feedback on why it's bad, and I can't blame anybody but myself for setting up the scenario. But it just seems like I've put myself into a position where the best I can achieve is a stalemate. Without getting in too much detail, I kind of messed up with the scenario. Actually, let's get into a little bit of detail here. So I said before, when I was converting, that you can't see the ministers. Well, I didn't realize, well, I did realize before, but I never remembered that, obviously, with all the spies I can see what they're building. That's not good. Anyway, you can't see them. Here. It doesn't really matter. But you can see them. Anything that isn't and none of this matters. This kind of matters a little bit, but like, yeah, none of this affects anything from my point of view. The point of view of playing as the Persian Republic. So, when I did the conversion, these guys stayed the same. You'll notice they're all. I don't know which country this is that they are representing. But it also maintained the armies and alliances and all that. And I tweaked a few of them, but I, for the most part, left the armies alone. Something you'll also notice is that they have a ridiculous amount of IC. But that doesn't really matter because they're wasting enough of it that, yeah. Part of the reason they're doing that is because they have 301 manpower and we have 3,000 manpower. So, the conclusion you can come to from that is that it is either heavily unbalanced in our favor, or that we should be terrible. Both of those things are probably true. We can only come out of this with a stalemate because of that unbalance. We cannot win, and we cannot lose, unless I do something really stupid. I've been trying to record episodes of this for the last few weeks. I think I've tried 6 or 7 times, and like I said, it was just not very good. And I went through and I was looking at stuff and trying to figure out what was going wrong. Everything was happening the same way, even if I did different stuff. It just ends up being the same general kind of thing of the line sort of stabilizing and staying like that. I did a couple of really long sessions and nothing happened. And it just seemed like, who wants to watch that? I mean, honestly. And even moving stuff to Eastern Europe, if I try to land dudes up here, nothing good happens there. And so on and so forth. And in the end scheme of things, the game is about achieving a victory for your faction, and we cannot win that. We will not win because the Allies will win. The Allies will win the scenario, regardless of anything that we do. As a matter of fact, let's get into a little bit of thing when I was talking about testing. I tested this game pretty extensively when I was setting up the scenario, but I didn't test what would happen if you had the player set up the thing and then test with the AI was going to do from there. So the AI tends to make similar decisions when it's doing things. But since I did this, if I try to put it into AI control right now, because of the way I have things set up, it's kind of slapdash. It doesn't know what to do. If I set it to AI control, either because of the way it's coded or because of my scenario and the way I have my organization stuff set up here, none of these do anything except attacking. If I put them into withdrawal stance, they move back to my borders, so that I guess that works fine. But if I put them in defensive stance, they just form into pockets and get surrounded and crushed. And it says they attack out of pockets if you do that, but they don't. I suppose that's to be expected that the AI is bad, but the AI is, well, what I'm fighting. So it shouldn't be so bad that it can't beat itself. I did a few hands-off tests using that AI on attacking. And because of... I already knew this, but basically we're in a manpower warrior, a war of attrition that we cannot lose. They can't kill enough of our guys to break our lines completely. And we have so many guys that it will take, you know, decades that are not in the game to completely run out of manpower, as do the Soviets. I don't know about the manpower for the Zoropope. Can we look at that? Intelligence. I can't see that because I'm not spying on them. But if we say look at France, France is about the same as you know, them. We can't see that. Can I see anything with Vinland? No, we can't see that. But you can see France has roughly the same amount of manpower as Germany does. We have 10 times that. And I think we can't look at our allies either. Either that or I'm probably not spying on them enough to know. No, I can't see it. So, it's basically a war of attrition. Germany will beat France because the United Kingdom is not at war with them. Germany will beat France, and like I said, I did a few of these, and that always happens, probably around 1943, or 1942 in some cases. But that doesn't affect the Eastern Front at all. The Eastern Front does not change, and I'm saying this almost literally. The line in Eastern Europe stays here and here. Like this area here is what the line stays at the entire time until Germany's manpower breaks. And the Southern Front stays this way, pretty much in this exact position, maybe to about here. I believe I lose Trieste or whatever this is. And then the line is like here until Germany's manpower breaks. Now, if I'm controlling it, it goes a little bit further. But when the AI is controlling it, it stabilizes about there, while attacking, mind you. And they move guys up to support this front too. So you might be wondering, when does Germany's manpower fail? Now keep in mind, this is September of 1940, and how long it has taken to get to September 9th, 1940. Germany's manpower fails in late fall, early winter of 1944. Which you might be thinking, Plan McGovern, that's pretty historical, isn't it? Yes, it is. But we weren't, you know, in a normal scenario, you know, you wouldn't be in a stalemate that long. And maybe if I you know, stuck it out myself, I could get out of the stalemate sooner, cause more casualties while taking more casualties of my own, and that sort of thing, and just wasting men to waste more of their men. But I don't think that'd be very much fun to watch. And I'm sure as hell, if with my current incompetence, is not, you know, not very hopeful of having any kind of brilliant strategies come up with over the next few weeks or months or however long it would take to get to 1944, if I could do any better. So, my question is, I mean, does anybody want to watch that? And I wouldn't watch it. So I wouldn't, you know, I'm the kind of person who I think, well, if I don't want to watch it, then other people probably don't want to watch it. And I may be wrong in that, but for the most part, I think that it's not very interesting to see that in this scenario. So, I don't know. Like, as I say, the best that we can hope for is a stalemate. And that's with Germany. No, well, the best, we will beat Germany. Well, Germany will be defeated, but not by us. They will be defeated by the Allies. Even in all the scenarios, every single one of them, Germany starts losing really badly to the Allies, and then the Eastern Front collapses. It's basically like the opposite of what happened in actual World War II. So we have, it basically becomes a land grab at that point. You get some really, really wonky borders, and it's really bad looking. So, I suppose I've gone on about this for 10 or 11 minutes. The point of the matter is that I don't think it'd be very much fun for anybody involved. It sure as hell wouldn't be fun to play, and I don't think it'd be very much fun to watch me doing the same things over and over and over for, you know, however long that would take. Several months, probably, of doing this. And I feel like I haven't been doing very good on my kind of output of my content. I don't think anything I've been doing since I started this has been very good. And I kind of want to move on to other things, because this has kind of stunted what I'm doing. I want to move on to talking about what I want to do in the future. Now, I want to do more of the other Paradox games, and I actually kind of wanted to do a vanilla Hearts of Iron game, but I don't think I want to do that anymore. I want to do more Crusader Kings 2 stuff, because I haven't played anything with Spice of Life, or whatever it's called. The latest thing from Crusader Kings 2. And I actually haven't even gotten El Dorado for EU4 yet, because I didn't think I was going to be playing it, because I felt obligated to play this above everything. So, I really want to do more stuff, and I actually want to get around to doing that Australia game. The Japan game, I saw that Shinra started doing a Japan game for Victoria 2, and yeah, that's pretty fun to watch. So you should see that. And the Australia game, I was suggested a mod for that made it so that it was very inconvenient to start, because you have to start at the United Kingdom and then release Australia. The United Kingdom starts at war with one of the African miners, and it's kind of inconvenient. That isn't to say that it's not possible to do that, but it also tends to make it easier to play as the minor powers, and that's not actually what I want. I was just playing a vanilla, Victoria 2 game as Germany, and out of nowhere comes Australia, and I want to do that. I was also thinking of doing another multi-game series. Now, I will not promise, nor will I ever probably even consider bringing a game into Hearts of Iron 3 specifically. I have high hopes for Hearts of Iron 4, but I'm not going to make any promises about that. But bringing things from Crusader Kings 2 into EU4 into Victoria 2, that's a pretty smooth process. I can do that. And if not for the Hearts of Iron 3 setup, I probably would just do more of those. And one of the things I was interested in doing is doing an EU4 to Victoria 2 game as a non-European power, but I'm not sure how I want to do that. Also I recently picked up a few games, well, not recently, but I picked up March of the Eagles, and I wanted to try that. I figured I might want to record that. And I got, I've been wanting to do a Civilization 5 playthrough, and I picked up Beyond Earth when it came out, so I might do those also. And I kind of wanted to go back to do kind of some of the more diverse things I was doing before, like Call of Cthulhu: Dark Corners of the Earth is a game I did, and like Star Control, and the Persona games weren't well received, but oddly enough, I actually did a sort of a group playthrough of the beginning of Persona 4, actually a few months ago, and I've been trying to get things together to start recording that again. I kind of did that for one of my buddies, and I never knew if I was going to actually upload it to YouTube or not, but I think I probably should, because I actually had a couple of people ask me about Persona 4. So that's something that's it's going to be a little bit disjointed when the transition happens from the new stuff to the old stuff, if I start recording that again. I'm not going to make any promises on that front, because I have to figure out the logistics of that, or if I'll just have to do the later part of the game by myself. And I have to finish Dark Souls 2, because there's a new, I won't say expansion, more of a remake. Yeah, 64-bit Dark Souls 2. And, yeah, there's a lot of stuff I want to do. There was some, like, Super Nintendo games I wanted to record and things like that. And I just feel like, you know, having a game channel on YouTube, I shouldn't be shy about uploading anything I'm doing. And I play a lot of different stuff. I actually play things that a lot of people do, like recording of, like, Minecraft and stuff like that. But I didn't like the videos I did of Minecraft. I've had a couple of ideas of what I could do for that, but I don't think anybody on my channel would want to watch that. So I do play a lot of it, though. Mostly modded. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. So Hearts of Iron 3... basically dead to me at this point. It's a really good game. I could just never wrap my head around it enough to the point that it's always at the end of the line, and I'm always so tired of the scenario at that point that I really want to move on to games that I hate to say this, but games that I like better. And I have high hopes for Hearts of Iron 4, but I'm definitely going to be doing some vanilla games of that rather than do modded stuff right away. I don't think I've ever done a Hearts of Iron 3 game on my channel that wasn't a modded version. Modded by me, by the way, which makes it worse. So, I got a pretty good handle on modding for Victoria 2 and EU4. Victoria 2 especially, I think I've gotten pretty good at that. And I actually never tried to do any modding for Crusader Kings 2. I also wanted to try a couple of mods for Crusader King 2, but I haven't really looked into that. So, yeah, I don't know. There's lots of stuff I want to do, and I just want to really get back into the thick of recording. So there's if you have any suggestions of games that you want me to play, or things that you want me to do within the context of the games that I've already suggested that I want to play, I really want to do that Australia game, so I might start working on that this week. And, you know, don't just say, don't give me suggestions on how to continue this, because I don't really want to. And I know a lot of people probably want me to do it, but this is just holding up everything I'm doing so much that it's not going to happen at this point. And I might return to it later, but yeah. So, hopefully, you know, you guys understand that, and I've actually tried to record this kind of explanation several times, and it just has sounded like an excuse every time, and I can't avoid that. It's everything I'm doing is basically giving an excuse for why I don't want to do this anymore, and there's nothing I can do to persuade people that I should keep doing this, and there's really not a whole lot I can say that will probably satisfy the people that want me to do that, except for to apologize for not being willing to keep going. So, I guess that's the end of this. I'll probably start working on other stuff later in the week. Please, you know, leave some, you know, comments about suggestions or criticisms. Hey, call me a piece of shit all you want, you know. I've abandoned series in the past. I never wanted to abandon a flagship series, and I can't say abandoned because I was actually really thinking about maybe converting it to Hearts of Iron 4 when it comes out, but I'm not going to make any promises. I kind of went over that bridge with East versus West, and that game never fucking came out, so yeah. I'm really, really hoping I can get back into the swing of things, so I will see you next time, and yeah, let me know what you think.